Genealogy friends. I'm live. I haven't been on camera, I think, for a month because I've been recovering from my surgery. Thank you very much, everybody who checked in. I apologize that, I don't know, I don't really apologize, but like I recognize that I was gone for a lot longer than I had thought, and that I didn't really plan to be gone that long, so I didn't tell anybody what was going on. But I'm working on coming back. I would love to be talking to you while walking, so I want to talk about genealogy business today. I haven't quite gotten to the point where I can walk the way I used to and not be like huffing and puffing to a point where it's going to be just like you won't be able to listen to anything I'm saying because you're going to be worried that I'm going to keel over. So I'm going to sit and talk to you about business. What I wanted to talk about, so I'm about a month out from my surgery. I've known that I was having surgery. This is a scheduled surgery that I've been planning on for a long time, but a couple things came up. One is that I actually, my health ended up not being great right before the surgery, for just different reasons. So that I thought that I was going to have a certain amount of time right up until the surgery date to get stuff done for my business, and I didn't. And then following surgery, it was a combination of, I think I underestimated what was probably the regular surgery recovery time, but then I also had a pretty major complication, and that totally threw off my timeline. And so what happened is that now it's been a month, and this is the first time that I'm on camera. Up until last week, I really wasn't doing a ton. It wasn't like surgery recovery where, oh, I have to lay down, but I can still work like normal. And I don't have any employees. I don't have anyone who works for me. I have people on retainer, but not people who perform like the basic day-to-day functions of my business. So basically, my business didn't go offline. Everything was still online, but I was gone. And then obviously that affects my income. That affects what's going on. So what happened is, the nice thing is that even though this was going on and I had this giant break in my business, I actually was able to still make an income for the last month and still have things going on in the background, because so much of my business is built around passive income. That's what I want to talk about today. Passive income is kind of a misnomer. You hear it a lot and it sounds like, oh, it's money you don't have to work for. And that's not really what's going on. Passive income is actually not passive at all in the beginning. You have to do a lot to set it up. Morning. And, but it's this idea that you set something up and then it continues to make you money, and you either don't have to maintain it or you don't have to maintain it for very long, that you can put a relatively small amount of time into it and it will continue to make you money. A lot of my business is sort of built around this idea of passive income because my products are digital and most of them are accessible all the time. So somebody can be up at 3 o'clock in the morning and need something from me and purchase it. And obviously I'm somewhere sleeping. But my business is able to sort of run in the background. Now, my business is not completely passive. I do a lot for my business. I create new products. I do a lot of teaching. I'm doing this. This is more for me because I like to talk about genealogy business, but I do a lot of social media to support my business and to help people who have bought the products understand like what to do with them and things like that. And when I don't do those things, my sales do go down. So this past month when I was offline, my sales went down, but I did continue to make sales. And it wasn't just, my suspicion is that some of the sales were from people who were just trying to be nice and support me while I was having surgery. But I think a lot of them were just, customers. As genealogists or people who work in the family history field, I think that we don't talk about these passive income streams enough, because when people talk about passive income on the internet, a lot of times they're talking about, drop shipping, which is where you set up a store and you don't even have the products and you're basically facilitating, products from China or something getting shipped to people. A lot of people on Amazon who have stores have drop shipping stores where it looks like they're selling something and you put the order in and then basically it gets shipped from somewhere else to you and they don't even ever touch the product. That's called drop shipping. It got really popular. It can be very lucrative, but it's a whole different business. As genealogists, it would be hard to set up a drop shipping business because we don't sell things like that. People also talk about, I'm not talking about crypto. I refuse to. We won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. People talk about becoming an influencer, that you just put yourself out there and people will just fall over themselves to make you money, which is also not how that works. There are things that people can do, though, for passive income that fit really well in the family history vein. One of them is to create written materials. So this can be books. If you write a book, you can sell it through Amazon, and Amazon can print it for you and mail it out to people when they order a copy, or you can sell it as an ebook. I've done both. It's not actually that difficult to set things up on Amazon. You can also sell the book directly. If you don't like Amazon, you can sell the book directly or sell it through other websites, Barnes & Noble and things like that. But you don't always have to write a full book. People write smaller ebooks and sell them on their website. People write guides. Honestly, you guys, if there's a genealogist out there who knows something, and I have the choice between paying for a 150-page ebook, just stuffed with everything they know, or paying for the 20-page condensed. These are the bones of, like, this is what you need to know about what I know about Irish history. I'm actually going to lean towards paying for the smaller guide, sometimes even if it's priced the same as a 150-page guide, because what I really want when I'm buying any kind of book, a real book or an ebook or whatever, is to get the information in the fastest way possible so that I can solve the problem I'm having, which is that I don't know X, Y, and Z about Irish family history. I don't need to read all of the pages just because somebody wanted to prove that they could write a long book. So if you are intimidated by the thought of writing a book and putting it out there, maybe the thought of writing a 20 to 30-page e-guide will be easier for you. And just think, we know things. Family historians study all the time. We either study through practice because we're doing our own history, or we study with the idea that that study is going to help us later on. We need to keep passing that on. And honestly, some of those older genealogy books, they're stiff and thick, and reading them smells like church, if you know what I mean. And that information needs to be rewritten and condensed or just repackaged for a modern audience. If you're somebody who understands the ins and outs of something in family history that not everybody understands, that could be something that you could sell on your website that could continue to generate passive income for you when you do have to step away from your business. Another thing that you can do is you can set up a class, a course online. I use Kajabi, but you can also use Teachable. There's other websites you can use where you record videos, you package a class together, and then people can take this class from you without you having to be there. That's another passive income stream. Again, when you have these things, you do have to spend some time marketing them. You've got to spend some time letting people know that you have them, but that is still a huge time saver compared to if you actually are going to stand in front of people and teach a class, or if you're going to one-on-one have clients hire you to teach them about or to help them with their Irish family history. And again, these e-books and these digital classes tend to be a lot more affordable than hiring somebody to teach you live, because the person is making passive income. So you aren't going to charge somebody the same for a digital course that you would charge them to actually do one-on-one Zoom calls and things like that. And it's good to have affordable options for people that can't always afford our services. I hate that genealogy ever is expensive. I feel like that's just one more barrier, and everybody deserves to be able to do their genealogy and to do it well and to have their family history be preserved. And anything that we can do to make it more accessible is a good thing. So I wanted you to keep that in mind. I'm so grateful. I don't know. I feel like I always end these videos being like, I love my business. I love my customers. But I am so grateful for not only like having the support of the community, which I totally felt when I was recovering, but also for being able to have a business where I feel like I'm still able to work and have my business help people even when I am not well enough to help people. That being said, I can feel that my voice is going out. I'm going to go. I'll talk to you guys soon. It's very good to talk to you. And I hope you have a wonderful week.